This video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 77 Nest Off-Road Bumblebee. Just so you know, this is a repaint of the old 57 Bumblebee from 2020, and he was also the first figure to have the new box. What's interesting is for the Revenge of the Fallen toy line, some figures were labeled Nest-ish or whatever. Now fast forward 2022, surprise, surprise. This figure was labeled Nest. Anyways, painting and sculpting is awesome on this figure. They really did a great job. Of course, the back is what you'd expect for Studio Series, but the front is spot on. And I like how there's some metallic silver stuff. And Bumblebee's got some green eyes. Now, there's probably no lore of some clone Bumblebee or whatever, but this is just Hasbro's, how should I put this? I guess way of repainting and remarketing this figure, because this figure is a bit expensive now. If I were to make a stop motion of this guy, I'd say he'd be Sound Blaster. It would be pretty complicated explanation, but on a pivotal occasion for this guy, he'd be mortally wounded. Somehow they'd find a drop pod of lifeless Sound Blaster and some red energon, so they injected on both lifeless bodies, reviving this guy, not only reviving Bumblebee, but turning Sound Blaster into this. Weird explanation, but I feel like it worked. Anyways, as far as accessories go, just the standard pulse rifle that he had, or not pulse rifle, it was a Stinger pistol. Not Stinger pistol, it's a Stinger cannon. I got that wrong like 2 times. Whatever, Stinger cannon. Oh, anyways, you're just gonna plug it in there. And there we go, Bumblebee with this little Stinger pistol. Pew! Anyways, let's get down to size comparison. First off with the predecessor off-road Bumblebee, Volkswagen Bumblebee, B127, Bumblebee Movie Camaro Bumblebee, Shabby Dropkick, Shabby Shatter, Beautiful Dropkick, Beautiful Shatter, Optimus Prime, Blitzwing, and lastly Charlie. So yeah, that was a lot of figures to compare. Anyways, let's just get down to articulation. Ball joint at the head, hinge joint over there, and hinge joint over there, and a swivel. Shoulder has a ball joint, which can also move up and down. Bend at the shoulder, bend at the elbow swivel, waist swivel, legs can spread, leg can move pretty much up that far. Can also move back that far. Thigh movement, but you could barely see it because the hinge joint is close to the ball joint. Beautiful bend at the knee. Double hinge or ball hinge right there, which is also connected to a hinge joint right there, if you can see it. Swivel for the foot as well. And lastly, a slight pivot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. Now let's get down to transformation. Open the chest piece. Make sure you open whatever you want to call those panels. And you're going to move up the front part for the Jeep. Make sure you open his head. Open this up and move it back like that. Don't forget to move the little steering wheel. This will allow you to close, and I completely forgot to add the part where you have to close that in, but it's no biggie. Then you can move these down. Then you close in Bumblebee's head right in there, and then you can push this in. Then you can go ahead and close everything in. Leave the arms out like that. We'll get to that later. Next, we're going to work on the legs. So what you're going to do is you're going to move this little piece up, open the door, open the wheel, close all of that in. Make sure it's right like that. And then you can rotate the foot and close it in. Still unsure of what this does, but apparently you're supposed to spread it out like that or whatever. Make sure the door closes in like that. Don't forget to open up the little seat. Same goes for the other one. Then you can go ahead and close in the 2 legs and this little thing right here. Lastly, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the arm and make sure it closes on to that little slot right there. There we go. And same goes for the other one. Make sure the steering wheel is facing that way. Then lastly, you're going to open up the little window. And there you go. There's the little Jeep. Straight off the bat, you could see the little Nest logo. But man, they really did a good job. Especially with the little metallic gray silver. And of course, the bottom of the vehicle mode is folded nicely. Now, to be honest, the little seats and the steering wheel is nice and everything, but unfortunately, there is no figure or figurine you could put, and that sucks. You know, I went to the movie theater the day Bumblebee movie came out, and I was very puzzled to see a Bumblebee transformed into a Jeep, but apparently it worked. It doesn't matter. Now I think it looks cool as a Jeep, but I like how Hasbro pays attention to detail, especially for the little bumper over here. Or I think that's a fender, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, but there is weapon storage. As you can see, there are these little slots over there, and these two tabs on the gun. This is a very, very complicated weapon storage. I don't know if I could show it to you on camera, but I will try my best, and it won't matter how long this video will take just for me to get the gun in the legs. So we'll pass up the time by telling a story. Once upon a time, I actually put the gun in the storage place. And there we go. That kind of sucked, but whatever. If Bumblebee's trying to get away from some bad guy or whatever, the bad guys won't notice the gun, and by the time they realize there's something shooting under Bumblebee, it will be too late for them to do a little evasive maneuvers. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this Bumblebee. This is a quick review, but I'm all about quick reviews. Also, let me know in the comments if I should change my Transformers reviews to Transformers Reviewdios. I know that sounds silly, but not everyone comes up with that. Anyways, be sure to slam that like button, share this with your friends, hit that big red button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss another video. Also, I'm at 909 subscribers, which is only 91 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you could hit that big red button, hit it like you've never hit a button before. That wasn't a very convincing way of saying it. Hit that big red button like you've never hit a button before! And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.